He preferred the scuzziest man over the sexiest man title. Peek into real Johnny Depp's life. Did you know Johnny Depp is half blind? Or that Johnny had taken every known drug in the 90s? Did you know that he feels uncomfortable when people called him sexy? Did you know that he smashed a hotel room because of a breakup? Or that he never married the mother of his kids? There is so much more than Jack Sparrow, an abused victim, in his life journey. While some insult him as a spineless man who couldn't get away, we see a traumatized, kind soul who tried his best not to lose himself. No one should judge a book by its cover. Everything has a cause and effect. Johnny Depp's full name is John Christopher Depp II, but you and I both still see him as Jack Sparrow. He was born on 1963 June 9th in Kentucky. He is an American and 58 years old this year. By all means, he did not have a plushies and rainbows kind of childhood, let alone teenage life. He had 2 older sisters and 1 older brother. We don't know much about them, but we know that Depp's father and mother did not deserve the Parents of the Decade award. Imagine being afraid of your parents. He once speaks about how abusive and eccentric his mother was, and recently, it was revealed that his father was a very kind man, but changed over time due to his mother's constant violence and abuse towards his father led him to cause physical violence for Johnny and family. Did you know that they have changed houses or moved nearly 40 times? Sometimes it was simply because they couldn't bother to clean the house up. He was still holding on, but when their parents divorced, Johnny fell right into drug use. Marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy, LSD, prescription painkillers, opiates, and magic mushrooms are just a few he lists out. His school had said, "We just don't want you here." Drugs became the way for him to escape family problems, pain, and even fame. While he was searching for the meaning of life, he found interest and comfort in music at age 15. Then formed a band, and maybe due to his lack of stability in life he had, he changed 14 bands till he was chosen for his very first role. At age 20, he married Lori Ann Allison. She was the one who introduced him to Nicolas Cage, which turned out to be a great opportunity for him. In 2007, when Cage was having a financial meltdown, Depp offered to pay off his debt as a token of gratitude for kickstarting his acting career. In 1984, he debuts in the horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street and instantly gained attention because he was very natural at acting. In the beginning, Johnny wanted to be an actor to find money to achieve his dream of becoming a singer, but in the end, instead of spending money on a new album, he spent his saved money to take acting lessons. Talk about brave life decisions. Johnny is an emotional person, but has always been a person who knew what's right and wrong, and especially who he is and how he wishes to be known to the world. Unfortunately, the last person he wanted himself to be is the real him. This is a clip from his interview with Oprah in 2004. The public claims him as the sexiest man alive. Who can deny that? I mean, look at the guy. He's 40 years old in that video and he looks like that. But Johnny gives a solid answer saying, "That introduction is not for me." He was offered the lead role in the grotesque musical Cry Baby, and he gladly accepted it. With this, not only did his vocal talent shine, but the world started to see him as a non-stereotype, multi-talented actor. Teaming up with Tim Burton was another significant moment in his career. He got the lead role in Edward Scissorhands, and this movie was the one that brought Johnny officially into the light. The movie brought him a Golden Globe nomination and Winona Ryder. Success and heartbreak. Tim Burton says he was never the same after his breakup with Winona. With the amazing acting career he has had, you might have a hard time believing that there were a few very bad movies. Let's say it's not completely his shortcomings. Ninth Gate, The Astronaut's Wife, The Tourist, Dark Shadow is among those few. Johnny meets the girl that made him smash a hotel room in pain. Her name is Kate Moss. After breaking up with her, he meets Vanessa Paradis in 1998. They were together for 14 years and had 2 children named Lily Rose Depp and Jack Depp. He loves his kids and has a soft spot for kids as well. In 2012, Vanessa and Johnny part away, and they were never married. With ups and downs, he gets to act in Pirates of the Caribbean as Captain Jack Sparrow. The role the world knows. But you know that Jack Sparrow didn't originally have a specific personality. Johnny came up with his character and personality while he was half dying inside a sauna. It was very, very hot, as was my brain. While you're in there, in that kind of heat, you can't stand still, but the worst of it is if you move, it kills you. So that gave me the idea that his brain has been parboiled to some degree. Also, in terms of his body language, I felt that when he was on the ship, he would be fine as the ship would be bounding away. That was the birth of the most loved, drunken, wobbly, and clever Captain Sparrow. When Johnny presented his idea, Disney refused. Then Johnny refused to play Jack Sparrow any different than what he came up with. Disney agrees. The rest is the part of history in this amazing person. That's not all. There is more that you don't know about him. For starters, he has very bad vision, which is why he wears sunglasses often. His left eye is nearly blind. Would you ever imagine Johnny to be a real royal with the family he had? But actually, he is the 20th cousin of Queen Elizabeth II. Depp was nearly mugged in 2010, but when the mugger recognized the actor, he said, "I ain't stealing from Captain Jack," and stood down. Depp gave him some money anyway. As the kindest soul he is, he made a micro-budget movie to make dreams come true for kids and teens with serious or life-threatening medical problems. Its name was The Black Gondola, and it was also written by a cancer-stricken teenager named Anthony Conti. Did you know that Johnny almost became Batman? It's the perks of having a good friend like Tim Burton. Depp is a weird man. So weird that he had said to have had his cremated remains poured into a cask of whiskey and requested every attendee at his funeral take a sip of it. Johnny is famous for many things. So famous that he even has a 505 million year old fossil named after him. The list keeps going on that I wouldn't be able to give a proper ending to this video if I keep on. Going back to the timeline of his life, Johnny keeps on his amazing performances, and he meets Amber Heard and marries her in 2015. More like he met the wet blanket of his life. His mother passes away in 2016. People called him ruthless for his last words at her funeral. As a child and a teenager, he went through the same. He idolized his mother, but wasn't blind not to realize that she is abusive. My mom was maybe the meanest human being I have ever met in my life. So when Johnny first experienced Amber's violence, he must have felt that I have been thorough worse in my life. I'm a man. This is nothing compared to how my mother was. And he must have waited to try to make it work with Amber after having many failed relationships. Johnny claims that he understood why his mother acted the way she did. With her past and background, he understood the pain behind her actions. Johnny was always an empath, so he already has forgiven her and his father as well. When his mother passed away, he must have felt free, and he was not ready to suffer from the same cause again. He calmly discusses it with Amber. She files for a divorce in 2016, but doesn't stop there and requested a restraining order on the ground of domestic violence, using Johnny's alcohol addictions as a key. The public started siding with Amber, but now the tables have changed. As we all know, the ongoing trial has more evidence in favor of Johnny's innocence. Johnny Depp is an award-winning actor, a talented singer, artist, and producer. The real Johnny is a fighter. We love Johnny for his devotion to giving his best to the role he is given. He always ran that extra mile, and that made him extra special. He is aloof, kind, and a very warm person. He always has been. The public is hoping to see a fair ending to the trial as well as his fans. To stay updated more about your favorites and their secrets of lives, click on the subscribe button.